Yeah, never fret the wolf. Hey, hey. AZ, what's good? Yeah, you know you down. Woo! Hey, 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 hey. You. Wonder who's next? Me. Never fret in the flesh. Yes. You ain't really about shit. Nah, me.
Hey everybody, it's Big E again. I'm coming at you with this shootout. This was a request from a viewer to do a shootout between Swiss and Japanese. So I picked from two of my personal watches so that you'll know that this isn't a biased review. This is just an honest review on two watches that I personally own that are two of my favorite watches, actually. I mean because I own them, I brought them. So obviously I enjoy both of them. They both get about equal wrist time. And so without further ado, let's go into the shootout. I went with 10 different categories. Category 1 being styling, you know, the way the watch looks, eye appeal, eye candy. You know, that was the first thing I did. The second one was the quality of watch. You know, how good is the watch as far as fit, finish, and quality. The next one was the technology in the watch. Then it was the convenience factor of the watch, how convenient it is to own it. Then the next one was power reserve. Everybody likes power reserve, so that one was the soul, the way the watch makes you feel. You know, that's a big deal with these watches. Since this is an eco drive watch and this is a mechanical watch, the soul is a big deal with people. You know, that's a big deal with people. The next one is clout. How does somebody else view your watch? You know, a lot of people don't give a damn, you know, like myself, but a lot of people say, hey, they need a Rolex. They're not going to wear a Citizen watch or a Seiko watch. They need something that says the two words down here, Swiss made, you know. Hey, you know, that's how it is sometimes. The next one is the functionality of the watch. You know, does a watch function as stated? You know, is it easy to use? You know, is it a bear, like, you know, to use? Is it a pain in the ass to use? You know, some watches are just a pain in the ass to use. You know, it's as simple as that. That's just how it goes sometimes. You know, and then the next one is going to be the cost of the watch, and not the cost of the watch, not as far as how much I pay for the watches or how much the watches cost. The cost of the watch I'm meaning is the cost to run the watch, to keep the watch, that own the watch. You know, let's look into that just a little bit. Okay, so let's go to the first category, which is style. This watch has a really Tag Heuer-ish type style. It looks good. It looks good on the wrist. It's a 43 mil. The MIDO's a 42 mil. So that has a lot of wrist presence too. The lug on both of these are very similar, about 50. So the style, I gave them both an 8. On the quality, the fit and finish, if this was a normal Citizen, I think it would have lost. But I gave this an 8 because it has lots of decent brushing, polishing, a combination of polish and brushing, and satin on the bracelet. It has a fold over, dual deployment clasp, a screw down crown, and it's just really nice as far as the quality goes. This one too, screw down crown. It's all titanium. This has screws, not pins and sleeves. And by the way, the Citizen also has screws, not pins and sleeves. It also has a deployant and adjustable class, which is all solid milled, and I gave them both an 8. Now on the technology factor, this watch has the 70-hour, the 80-hour power reserve. And it has a silicone hairspring in there, and it has an instantaneous date change sapphire crystal. It's titanium, and it's 200 meters water resistance. It has a lot of technology in there, and I gave the MIDO a 7 out of 10. Now, on the Citizen, has a lot more technology, mainly because it's a quartz watch. It has your solar technology. It has a function where the watch puts itself to sleep. It has a perpetual calendar. Has 120 click bezel, screw down crown. It has actually more water resistance than the MIDO. So the technology on the Citizen I gave a 10. Now I'm going to do a loom shot for you guys because everybody wants to see the loom, and we might as well just go ahead while we're doing technology. Both of these are using BGW9, but the Citizen has a bicolor loom, which pushes it just a little bit a hair above the MIDO as far as, you know, having that good bicolor loom. And I'll zoom in a little bit. I'll cut the studio lights. And that's your loom right there. Both of them are blazing bright. The MIDO's indices are a bit bigger. The Citizen is more of a dress diver, but the Citizen has a much more powerful pip. It's a green pip. This one's a blue pip. And Citizen is a lot better when it comes to the pip, but on the indices, I think the MIDO has it, but then you go back to the hands, I think the Citizen got it. So let's just call that a wash. So with those two things, that's basically a wash as far as loom goes. And we're going to go ahead and give the technology to the Citizen. It actually has more technology, and so the Citizen beat that out 10 to 7. Now the convenience factor, I'm going to go with the MIDO 8 because it does have a nice power reserve, lasts about 3 days. So if it's in rotation, you'll be okay. But you can put this thing away for months and not grab it, and it's still going to be right on spot. You don't have to adjust the date as much because it's a perpetual calendar. So on that convenience factor, I'm going to have to give it to the Citizen once again. It has a 10, and the MIDO is going to be an 8. Power reserve, Citizen 10, MIDO 7 because of this only lasts a couple days, and this power reserve will last you a couple years once it's all the way charged up because it has the capability of putting itself to sleep. So that's just how it is. When it comes to soul, the way you make it, the way it makes you feel, I'm definitely going to go with the mechanical watch. It has a heartbeat soul. It's ticking. It's just what everybody likes and talks about when they talk about the soul of a watch. This is more of a Terminator type thing. It's a robot. It's a clone. 1 hertz beat rate. Super accurate though, but it just lacks the soul, and I'm not gonna argue about that with anybody. Clout, you got to give it to the Swiss made watch. It has Swiss made down there. That means something to people still, for that to be Swiss made. I think this holds just a little bit more clout, so I'll give this a 10 and I'll give the Citizen a 7. You know, there's other Japanese watches too that hold just as much class, but this signature watch, it's a good middle of the road watch. So I'm going to give it clout a 7. Okay, the functionality, I give them both an 8. They both function pretty much as they're supposed to. They got great dive bezels. The Citizen has a little bit better crown, the grip, the screw down crown, but you're not going to use it as often because it's a perpetual calendar. The MIDO has kind of a smallish crown and it's harder to grip the bezel, but they both function very well, so I gave them both an 8. Now, on the last category is the cost to run. I'm going to give the MIDO a 10 and the Citizen a 7. And the reason being is this isn't something that's going to be passed down to your kids and generations because of technology constantly morphing and changing. This is a mechanical sole. It's rebuildable. It's springs, clockwork, gears. It's just going to be something better to pass down to people, I think. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 10, and I'm going to give it the Citizen a 7. And when you tally it all up, let me go out and I'll tally it all up for you real quick. You tallied it all up, and voila, you both get a 76. It's a tie. That's not really unbelievable to me because I bought them both. I enjoy them both. I like them both. So that's what it is. If you like these Citizen watches, these Eco Drives, they're a great grab and go watch option. The mechanical watch is a great option for lineage and a great option for if you want something with a heart and a soul. But in the end, they both achieve the same thing. They tell you the time. They tell you the date. This one does have a perpetual calendar. This one doesn't, but it does have the day of the week. This one has a special alloy. It's titanium. This one doesn't, but it's 316 steel. Both of them are easy to refinish. Both of them got sapphire crystals. Both of them got a lot of respect in the watch communities. So that's my shootout. It happens to be a tie. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I didn't tally it up until I was finished, so that's what it is. It is what it is. So my final thought is pick what you like. Pick what makes you feel good. Don't worry about what other people say. If you feel good about it, it's going to be the right watch for you. So my name is Big E. Keep watching. God bless. Thank all you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Big E, and I'm out.